Well, this should come as no surprise, Scott, as PlayStation is skipping Gamescom again this year. Tom Ivan over at VGC. In recent years, the company has opted to showcase its games through its own digital events, rather than host conferences or have a significant physical presence at major industry conventions like the Expo in Cologne, Germany, which comes at a considerable expense. I think that was the biggest thing right there, man. All these events just got higher up in price. E3 went right through the roof, and well, now we see where E3 is at. However, Sony most recently appeared at Gamescom in 2019, which was the last in-person edition of the show before COVID-19 pandemic. And the PlayStation maker has reportedly told German industry publication Games Wissenschaft that it has no plans to exhibit at Gamescom this summer. Sony recently said it expects PS5 hardware sales to decline during its current year, which runs to March 2025, and confirmed its plans to release no, quotes, major existing franchise titles, end quote, during this 12-month period. It used a State of Play presentation in May to announce launch dates for 2024 releases including Concord, August 23rd, Astrobot, September 6th, and PC version of God of War Ragnarok, September 19th. You're welcome, Scott. Gamescom 2024 organizers have yet to announce a full exhibitor list for the show, but Nintendo confirmed earlier this year it won't be attending this year's event as an exhibitor either. Gamescom Opening Night Live, the kickoff showcase hosted and produced by Jeff Keighley, will return on August 20th, with the main event running from August 21st to the 25th. Scott, I don't think anybody's surprised by this. Are you?
No, not terribly surprising. I'm thinking there's either one of two things to blame for this, or both. It's really just the disappearance of physical events that is an ongoing thing as we march forward through time.
Yeah.
And then also, what does this mean for PlayStation? Do they have anything to share off right now?
Nope.
And well, to the point actually of Tom Ivan here, well, they already do a showcase, so why do you need to bother with that expense? And I think that's a very mature way of thinking. That's the way Nintendo's worked for a very long time now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And they can control the message when they want to release it, is the biggest thing, right? Having a digital State of Play or a digital PlayStation showcase, whatever we get next, probably a State of Play if I'm guessing, is the way they're going to probably produce whatever we see out of them next. Now, we just had Summer Game Fest. We got a lot to see there. Steve and I were at the PlayStation booth. We got hands-on with LEGO Horizon Adventures and Astrobot. So if you haven't seen those, definitely go check out our site, itgtv.com. You can get that info and see how what our reactions were to playing both of those. But when you take a look at their long list of what they have to show, there isn't really much. And they don't have any major heavy-hitting releases. There is no Last of Us. There's no God of War. God of War Ragnarok coming to PC is different than a brand new God of War experience.
Absolutely. Well, it begs the question, though, when do you think we will get some sort of a reveal for PlayStation? Because it's been such a quiet year. At what point do they start gearing up and building the hype for next year?
Next year. Dude, I don't think we really see much anymore at all this year. I think they just lay low and they come out swinging. And then next year when they are ready, Ghost of Tsushima 2, Wolverine, right? This is when we start to see some of these heavy hitters. What is the next major installment in the Horizon series, right? We've heard about this MMO. We have yet to see anything on that. Concord's going to come and go in a flash of a pan. Like, I've just...
Yeah, that one's already dead on arrival based on the trailer response. And maybe that's unfair in the case of the gameplay. We'll have to see. But
sure.
Nobody was incredibly excited by it. It feels like this is a bit of a message in the face of Xbox and Nintendo having just the best showcases they've ever had.
Well, that's just it, right? Nintendo just had their Nintendo Direct. It was solid, not particularly speaking to me, but there's even some games I pulled from that, which I was shocked because most times I'm like, maybe one or two titles. Here, I had a handful. I was like, all right, Nintendo, you're coming to the table this year. I like it. I can appreciate it. And then Xbox just blew it out of the water, man. They were just soaring by the time their showcase ended. And then PlayStation's like, we don't have much, right?
Yeah, feels a little awkward.
It does, but at the same time, man, all the other studios, like other AAA studios, are head down working on the next installment of whatever that game is, right? New IP out of Naughty Dog. Yo, what do you got to show us, right? The back of Neil Druckmann's head right now is The Last of Us Part 3. There's things to come coming from PlayStation, and they start next year. right? Yeah, we're getting Astrobot. Cool. I'm excited for it. Absolutely loved it. Spoilers. So there's that, right? But there's other things like Lego Adventures from Horizon. Man, like Steve was way more high on it than I was. I was like, okay, this is just another Lego game, right? It's just, if you're into Lego, you're going to love this game. But if you're not, and you're kind of past the Lego phase, like me, dude, it's just another Lego game. But we'll see what Concord can really do, if they can actually plant their feet into this genre, because then there's a lot of competition out there for a brand new IP where nobody knows anything of these characters. I think they have a lot to show in order to ramp up where they need to be moving forward for this game. What's their life cycle look like? What does their roadmap have geared up for us this year, next year, the year after, and the year to come from that, right? There's a lot to kind of take in, but there's other games coming. The PlayStation this year, I think you can just sit back and relax. They've done so well over the years, dude, that they just, right now, they're just cooking.
Well, I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, I don't know. No big surprise, that's for sure. But you can always check us out over on itgtv.com and let us know what your thoughts on PlayStation are.